Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I will talk my thoughts under the title Gender Equality 1,400 Years Ago. The story of Khadija. Khadija is the best woman in history. Say a tour guide when I was at the Revolution Museum in Mecca. And if you want to know what the Revolution Museum is, don't worry, I will tell you. Revolution Museum is a museum located in Jabal Nur, Mecca. And of course, it close to the Cave of Hira, the place where Muslim Prophet Muhammad received his first revelation. Now back to the statement. Two sentences keep sticking in my mind, like I'm always thinking, why her? Why not Cleopatra, the powerful queen of Egypt? Why not the Queen of Sheba, known for her wisdom and wealth? Or someone's like Taylor Swift, who inspires millions around the world. Why Khadija? Why? And that's what I'm gonna talk about today. Disclaimer, I'm not here today to convince you to believe in Khadija as a religious figure. I'm here to introduce her as a human being. Now let's start with something we can all agree on, whether from religion or not. Khadija was a real historical figure, which means she's not a myth. She's not just a story. Khadija bin Khuwailid was a successful businesswoman in Mecca. At a time when most women weren't even allowed a voice in public spaces. Now could you imagine 1,400 years ago, exactly 1,400 years ago, no UN woman, not even feminism, but Khadija, she's already ran an import and export business. She's employing men, including a young man named Muhammad. And here's the plot twist. She proposed to him. Yes, Khadija proposed to Muhammad. Now, before you misunderstand about this, I will explain to you how did she marry Muhammad. Khadija proposed to Prophet Muhammad by sending a message to him, asking him to come and meet her. Then she said that she admired the Prophet for his good standing among his people, his honesty, and his good morals. And last, she said that they married. Sounds amazing, right? Like if you imagine she's living in this modern era, she's living in this 2025, she would go viral. Imagine if you open your browser and when you try to type something in it, the first recommendation that pops up is a 40-year-old CEO proposed to 25-year-old guy, wedding confirmed. Isn't it incredible? Now, after we all hearing that, the following hadith starts to make sense. The Prophet Muhammad once said, Maryam bin Imran was the best woman of her time, and Khadija bin Khuwailid was the best woman of her time. according to the hadith in Sahih Bukhari and Muslim. For Muslims, that's a sacred statement. But even for those who don't believe in hadiths, this is still a historical testimony made by one of the most influential people in the world. Now you might be wondering, why did he say that? Because Khadijah wasn't just wealthy. She was mentally and emotionally strong. When Muhammad returned from the cave of Hira, trembling after encountering an angel, Khadijah didn't say, "You're just tired, honey. Go take a nap and drink some hot tea." No, no. She believed him. She held him. She funded his mission until all her wealth was gone. Many scholars and biographers describe Khadijah's sacrifice in narratives, such as, "If all my wealth were gone, I will also sacrifice my body." Now imagine someone who believes in you, even when the whole world doubts you. And Khadijah, she doesn't just believe silently. She stands by your side, giving her time, her wealth, and her entire being. That's Khadijah. So, if Khadijah could exist 1,400 years ago, why are women today still fighting to be seen as the capable leaders? Why is an ambitious woman called bossy and useless? Why do we still argue about whether women can have both a career and a family? Khadijah already proved it. Yes, you can. Khadijah proves that women can stand at the front, in family, in business, even in the heart of ideological revolution. She embodied gender equality long before the phrase even exists. And what's the most powerful thing? She never asked for the spotlight, but history gave it to her. Often, when we talk about great figures in history, people may ask, where's the proof? Is there anything we can see, hold, or maybe some photograph? But Khadijah, she left behind no places, no crowns, or maybe some monuments. What she left behind were traces of her failures, courage, independence, and determination. She continued to inspire to the world as a spirit woman, as a family leader, and as an advocate for change, long before the term feminism were even known to the world. But don't worry, today we can still read her name in historical manuscript. We can see her life story recorded in books, preserved by generations. After we talk about Khadijah, an Arabic woman, let's talk about our beloved country, Indonesia. There are some independent women from Indonesia that you really need to know. They are so underrated, guys. But don't worry, I will give you some examples. First, we have Evi Mariani, an independent journalist, also the co-founder of Project Multatuli. Now, what is Project Multatuli? Project Multatuli is a non-profit media outlet that highlights the voices of common people and issues often overlooked by mainstream media. The second, we have Nur Hayati Subakat, the founder of Wardah. Maybe some of you already heard about this product? Yes, Wardah, the skincare product. She is the founder of Wardah. Nur Hayati built Wardah from scratch in her garage. She built it from zero until as famous as now. And last but not least, we have Kalis Mardiasi, a writer, also a gender equality activist. Kalis actively advocates for gender justice issues from Islamic perspective, often through writing and social media. Here are some examples of her books. There are Sister Villa Will Never Be Alone, Esok Jilbab Kita Dirayakan, Muslimah yang Diperdapatkan, and Hijrah Jangan Jauh-Jauh, Nanti Nyasar. From here, we can conclude that Khadijah's independent spirit is still alive until now. Many women now works and succeed in different areas, like education, like business, and even arts. They are following her example of being strong, brave, and never giving up. Khadijah is a symbol of what women are capable of across any time, culture, or belief. She reminds us that women have every right to live, choose, and shape a more of this world. Maybe some of you will say like this: why are you even talking about this topic? Why are you talking like women still suffering? It's 2025, bro, not like in the past. But in reality, women still don't receive a proper treatment from society. Like, I continue to feel that even if people have knowledge about gender equality, they still don't want to provide space, facilities, and support for women. Don't believe it? I will give you an evidence. One day, I was scrolling through my TikTok, and I found a video about a girl posting about her university. It's normal, like, it's common. But there's a comment that say, why are you study bored? Why are you working so hard? In the end, you're just gonna be mother. And that comment really pissing me off. And that's the main reason why I choose this thing. So that all of you here can know that women can and will change the world. So that all women are given the right to speak. So that all people that have the knowledge about gender equality just try some action. And that will be so useful. And so I hope that my talks today will change your mindset about the perspective of all women all over the world. Because if it was possible 1,400 years ago, why not now? I'm Alifia, thank you very much for listening, and see you on the next time.